this little Piggy had none. Today was the day that she would escape. She had been locked inside of the house for what seemed like her entire life, but it could have been only a day since she could not remember anything prior to this room. Rowan could sense that somehow there was a way out of the situation she was currently in, somehow she was going to free herself from this hellish captivity. There was a photograph of her that she held in her hand as she lay on the floor naked in the shack. On the old crusty bed there lay a dress which she knew she would eventually wear. Rowan knew that she hated dresses, something in the recess of her mind told her this. In the photo it was a picture of her for certain, but there were odd things in the photo that she did not recognize, like a watch, technology that had not been yet conceived by this world. She knew that she had once worn a watch though by the tan line that was along her wrist. She remained on the cold wooden floor as the wind outside threatened to carry the shack away into the forest, but the foundation seemed to hold despite the dilapidated appearance of the dwelling. There seemed to be something else that joined in with the symphony of the wind, tearing away any last amount of hope that she had. Inside of her head it was scratching, telling her that she would never make it out alive, she would be in this hell forever. The dress on the bed made of linen along with wool called out to her. The dress was dark blue along with white, however she refused to put it on at the moment. The dress was out of place like herself, brightly colored amidst a dull decor. She kept on trying to recall how it was that she got here, why this photo, why this dress, and she wondered what the point of getting up was. Something seemed to keep her locked inside of this hell. Looking outside the window, all she could see was thorns on vines, and she noticed along her arms cuts along with bruises. Suddenly a raven began to squawk before it crawled its way through the thorns and in between the window sills until it landed bloody on the floor. Rowan began to eat the raven, blood covering her mouth, but there seemed to be an awful foreshadowing to all of this. It was like telling her that she would have to go through a similar situation, crawling through the thorns only to get eaten. She soon began to hallucinate, thinking that she could hear traffic outside, as if she were simultaneously in two worlds at once. Outside she could hear someone crying for help, but she didn't know who it was or why it was that she needed to help. In the photo suddenly appeared a woman, a girl which she seen flashes of memories begin to enter into her mind. It was her daughter who was in the woods. Something in the back of her memory told her that something important had already occurred with her daughter, but she couldn't recall what it was.